Civil Aviation Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia, now speaking with NDTV, has said he's personally monitoring the Vistara situation very closely. The Civil Aviation Regulator too is monitoring the situation. Remember, there are almost over 35 flights that have been cancelled just this morning. Turbulent times for one of India's top carriers. Vishnu Shom joins us with the very latest. Vishnu, the crisis deepens and the centre is keeping a close watch, it appears.
That's right, Rishika. And now, in fact, it's not just the Minister and the Civil Aviation Ministry, it's the regulator, that's the DGCA, the Director General of Civil Aviation, which is also keeping track of the situation. And have said, and I'll just read out a part of their statement, in view of the various flight disruptions of Vistara because of various reasons, including crew unavailability, the DGCA has asked the airline to submit daily information and details on the flights that are being cancelled and delayed. Now, the DGCA also wants the airline, Rishika, to ensure that the rights of passengers are ensured, that those passengers who are denied boarding, if there is a cancellation of flights, are given information in advance and they have the option of a refund and compensation, etc. So it is a crisis in the airline. It is because there are a large number of pilots, largely co-pilots, have not been reporting to work. They have concerns about a revised salary package which is being offered to them as Vistara merges with Air India.
All right, so DGCA, they're seeking a daily report on what's happening with Vistara. This after the Union Civil Aviation Minister himself said he is personally monitoring this situation. Remember, there are over 36 flights that have been cancelled just today. There were over 60 flights that were cancelled yesterday, and these are conservative estimates. There are also several delays that have been reported. But what we're learning from the ground is that the airline appears to have given fair warning to passengers. Refunds have been offered and flight reschedule options have also been given. However, the situation on the ground at the moment appears to be under control, with the airline in fact informing passengers in advance, because what our reporters have been telling us, at least from the Delhi, Bombay and Bangalore airport, is that passengers are aware of delays or have made alternate arrangements or sought refunds from the airline. This after a day of chaos yesterday when Vistara cancelled over 50 flights. And of course, prior intimation was not given. The inside track on the Vistara chaos has been reported by our sister concern NDTV Profit. The NDTV Profit story very clearly talks about how this is a crisis that has been brewing ahead of the merger because of the kind of financial reconfigurations that have been done in the salary structures of Vistara pilots. They were given this revised salary structure on an email and were asked to comply in a short notice, something which the pilots have protested against by calling in sick altogether, leading to a virtual halt in operations for Vistara, leading to cancellations and delays across the length and breadth of the country. Let's go right across to NDTV's Pratibha. She's joining us from Bangalore, and we have Sujata Dwivedi joining us live from Mumbai at the moment. Pratibha, to you first. What's the status as far as flights in and out of Bangalore is concerned? What are you picking up?
In fact, Bengaluru is definitely believed to be one of the busiest airports. In fact, this is also the IT city that you're talking about. And yes, right since yesterday, social media was flooded with a lot of comments by passengers who were stranded at the Bengaluru airport. In fact, Vistara generally operates from Terminal 2 of Bengaluru airport. And yesterday, going by the social media accounts, they were talking about how Terminal 2 was nothing short of a fish market. Well, today what we hear is that, yes, they have been given advance intimation as well as information to make alternate arrangements, and around 3 to 4 flights have been cancelled is what we hear, though exact numbers have not been revealed officially so far. And based on that, yes, many of the passengers have made alternate arrangements and things have been much smooth compared to what it was yesterday is what we hear from authorities at the Bengaluru airport. Back to you.
All right, so several disruptions are reported there as well. Sujata, what is the situation in Mumbai? We know in the morning we were reporting that there were at least over 15 flight disruptions. But what you were picking up from Mumbai and also what our colleague Ishika was picking up from Delhi is that as compared to yesterday, there appears to be lesser chaos because passengers have been informed or offered alternate options or refunds, so people have made arrangements. There aren't, there aren't too many surprises there in store for those boarding Vistara planes today.
Certainly, and talking about the major change that has happened and a correction made by the Vistara Airlines here is that at least now they are informing their passengers well in advance and hours before the flight should take off, where about be it the flight delay or the flight cancellation, and passengers are now being kept in loop about the status of their flight. Apart from that, also talking about the flight cancellation numbers today in Mumbai, yesterday it was said that more than 50 flights in total across the nation were cancelled, and today in Mumbai itself the numbers since morning they have climbed up to 15, whereas more flight cancellations are expected, but this time the passengers and their disruption will now be a major concern for the Vistara Airlines, where in the release they also stated that they are trying to establish good communication with their passengers to make sure that there is no any sort of anguishment that they go through. And also at the same time, talking about the numbers today, the flight cancellation and especially the numbers of flight delays are set to be increased, because of which, if we talk about since morning, while we tried talking to the passengers who were coming at the airport,